As a housewarming, I want to get you a big sign saying "Live, Laugh, Toaster Bath." Or Donnie 12, you're an android. You just close off whatever receptors you have, so you're good.
My head holes.
Your head holes.
Yeah.
Your orify.
All my orify. Yeah, that figures. You're useless. Thank you.
Ooh, Alonzo, you see this thing coming towards you.
I want to shoot it.
Let's do it.
You got this, Alonzo. I believe in you. That's what I get for believing in you.
Well, he is blind and deaf. So.
That's why you failed. Because he believes in you.
You guys.
Yep.
I'm leaving one seat remaining for myself because I want everybody to grab a life button.
Even me.
Even you, computer. Also, quiet. You do not speak my holy tongue.
I love you too.
Shut up. I'm a divine being and you are a robot.
Our final Teamster handshake. Drink our emergency beers.
RPG Underground.
Welcome to RPG Underground. We're playing another bug hunt. Is this tonight the last session, AJ?
Yep.
Okay.
Round 4, last session.
All right. The grand finale. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to AJ.
Round 4, the one where everyone dies. Alrighty, y'all. Let's see. Quick recap. Let's see. If I recall, you guys had gone down into the reactor. You guys found that it was unavailable or broken, and you couldn't repair it. So then you decided that you guys were going to go to the tower. The tower had the giant satellite dish at the top to make communications. It was the relay to make communications with y'all's parent vessel in orbit around the planet called the Metamorphosis, in order to call exfiltration, call for an evacuation of you guys. So the ship's going to come down and pick you guys up and then take you guys back to the Metamorphosis, because you guys have accomplished the main primary mission of another bug hunt. Is that accurate? Is that what everybody remembers too?
Yeah, pretty much.
Sounds good to me.
We'll go with it. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So there is a giant storm incoming. So the ship, you guys have already hailed the ship. The ship is on its way, but there's a giant storm incoming. And what you guys have found out as part of the communication through the relay is that the dropship that's coming through is unable to make a landed evacuation. If you guys make it to the pad in time, right, the one that we had in front of Greta Base where we started the adventure from, if you guys can make it back there in a timely manner through the storm, it can land, collect everybody, and then do a proper evacuation. If the storm comes through and the water starts coming through and flooding, at that point, they're going to have to do what's called a hovering evac, which means there's going to be some additional risk involved and some additional danger. But that's essentially what's happening. The power has gone out throughout the station after the relay was turned on. The Carsonids are now going crazy. You guys are hearing rumbling all around the terraforming station. And you guys can see that there's just a swarm of Carsonids from most directions just coming through and laying siege to the dam. And you guys are in the tower. For the first part of this, we don't really need a map. We're going to talk things through. And then once we get to the later parts of tonight, we'll have the spaceship come through, which is where the map currently is. So
The last thing that I remember that I was doing was we made it over to where that satellite is after the four-wheeler chase, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And me and somebody else, who was with me when we climbed to the top of the tower, and I pulled the sniper rifle off that guy.
Me, I kicked the guy and his dog off.
That was down here.
Yeah. Okay.
But then we went back down, right?
Mhm.
And there was, and we there was one down there we killed, and we made our way into that room, and then we went back and found the
this plasma rifle still has 12 more shots in it. It's been basically one shot in these things, so
Yeah,
we might be able to fight our way out.
there's a lot of people here, though, still, right?
Yes. Yeah. At least.
Okay.
Yeah. Most of the NPCs are still there, probably about 20 other soldiers.
They should all go first.
If y'all can
Yes.
convince them.
I-
Yeah.
You got 12
Who?
shots left. I think we can convince them.
Can I use one of them to convince them? Okay, so if we're already back on the main base and we've radioed for help, I want to. Gunnery Sergeant Beef Slab Chest is going to deliver an impassioned speech about how help is on the way and we're all getting evac'd out of here. And all of you losers, all of you just human bio waste material need to do your jobs and get out there in front of us. Be the infantry you are and lead the front lines on our way to this landing pad, while also waving my plasma rifle around and slightly threatening them.
Right. So you guys are in the main hangar where you guys initially entered into the terraforming station. So really quick, what you guys see around you is all the colonists are there in the middle. And they're, scrambling for supplies. What you do have are 3 ATVs. You have a bunch of general purpose machine guns, 2 explosive devices. There are 12 pulse rifles, as well as magazines of ammo, 32 frag grenades, and a flamethrower, as well as assorted sandbags, razor wire, and other tools to fortify the terraforming station. Sergeant or Gunnery Beef Slab Chest, as you're making this impassioned speech and motivating through intimidation, you do hear a gigantic smash of just what sounds like a giant weight against the hangar door outside.
How far is it from the hangar to the drop zone?
I use that in my speech. I'm telling them they need to get these machine guns right now. This is it. This is the last stand.
Oh, they're scrambling. They're grabbing all the pulse rifles, all the frag grenades, and they're loading up and just getting armed.
For some reason, Donnie is very attracted to the flamethrower. So if they don't grab that, Donnie's going to grab it.
Hey, you can always just elbow your way in and grab it if you want. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in the crowd and beep boop, 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 beep boop, 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 grab it.
You got it. Sending you a flamethrower.
Yeah, Alonzo and Smoke. I don't know if you all have, if you even have the slightest shooting skill, you've got to get a plasma rifle. Those things are awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a pulse rifle.
I think I already have one.
Maybe that's what I meant. Hang
Yeah,
on.
I got a pulse rifle.
Yeah, those are the ones.
Pulse rifle. Sorry.
Because I already got one.
Yeah.
As you guys are grabbing stuff, you hear another slam against the garage door, and then you hear a rake, and then you guys see a claw pierce through the hangar door and just rake across the thing, and it's leaving a giant gash, and you just see the carcinid carapace moving behind that gash.
Are there any other exits that we could get ATVs through?
Not out of the hangar. That's the only way in and out. The colonists are panicked. They are now up against all of the walls and just scared.
So we have to go through the hangar door to get to the drop zone?
Yes, you're essentially exiting the hangar and retracing your steps back to Greta Base, which is where you guys started off. And then right next to Greta Base is the pad where the dropship is going to come in.
All right, well, if we got to go out the hangar door.
I'll grab one of the machine guns and just start firing through the tiny little opening in the door, like the little claw I see.
Yeah.
I just start unloading one of these light machine guns on that thing.
It's blasting.
And
Don-
yelling and screaming and trying to inspire the people.
Donnie's going to stick the nozzle of that flamethrower through one of the holes and just open it up.
I'm going to grab as many hand grenades as I can carry.
All right.
Because as soon as
All
that
right.
door pops open
Alonzo?
enough, I'm throwing hand grenades through it.
Alonzo, what are you doing?
I'm going to watch.
All right.
Bravely.
You can
Bravely
get on one
watch.
of those ATVs, get her revved up.
Fine. I'll start up an ATV.
So you can do a cool Chuck Norris scene where we blow out
Yeah.
through there. We all dive into it as
Yep.
you come flying by and explode out the door. That would be awesome.
Yeah. How many people did we decide could fit on each one of those? Are they all 2-man vehicles?
ATVs can carry 4.
Okay, 4-man.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. That'd work.
Yeah.
That's the 4 of us plus the 4 most important colonists. And everybody else has meat shields.
So as you guys are preparing to do all this, a screen against the wall starts blaring, flashing red, saying flooding Heron Station basement level 3. But let's start off with Donnie 12 with the flamethrower. Are you going to stick the nozzle through the the hangar door and just
you said was a huge gash through it, and we could see Carson through it, right? So I'm just going to go up to wherever that gash is and stick that flamethrower through and just start spraying left to right.
oh, go for it. Let's do a combat check.
The best
Hell yeah.
possible. A 1. I killed them all.
Beautiful. Go ahead and roll damage on the flamethrower. 8. Okay. The carcinid is engulfed in flame, and you just see it just reel back a little bit, and it shrieks and just backs off a little bit. On the other side of the hangar door,
Can
because
you
this is
give us
enough.
an approximation of what that shrieking noise sounds like?
In the inanimate girl voice.
I'm having a hard time placing it. Yeah. I'm assuming you have a filter for this.
Just like
Oh
that.
no, I don't like
Yeah.
that at all. Yeah, all of these things gotta die.
The carcinid retreats slightly. On the other end of the hangar, you also hear another giant boom against the door. So there are multiple carcinids outside. Let's see. Micah, you were going to... Beef Slab Chest was going to start firing, right?
Yeah, so I hop into one of the passenger seats of one of these four-wheelers, assuming somebody's going to take the wheel and drive us along. But I'm standing up from the back like it's a technical, like firing my machine gun at anything through these little cracks that moves and yelling at the people, trying to rally them to hurry up and get whatever soldiers are left out to run out in front of us.
Just to make sure, you are on a vehicle-mounted machine gun indoors and enclosed. And just
if it's
unleashing
mounted on the
this thing.
vehicle, yes. If it's mounted on the vehicle, that's what I'm doing. If I picked it up myself, then I'm firing it from. I'm shooting from the hip while standing on the vehicle. Yes.
Oh man! All right. Just because of the sound of this machine gun, I'm gonna have everybody do a body save to make sure that the ear splitting just doesn't knock you guys out.
Fantastic.
I succeeded.
All right.
Does that include me? Because I'm not surprised by it.
That includes you. Yeah.
All right.
You're right
Can
next
I-
to it. You should get the most damage
Can,
off of
can
this
I
thing.
can I at least add military training because I'm used to this?
It's a body save. There's no additional pluses or minuses.
Oh, it says I can. Okay. Never mind. Success.
Good. All right. Smoke succeeded. Alonzo got a critical failure. Or Donnie 12, you're an android. You just close off whatever receptors you have, so you're good.
My head holes.
Your head holes.
Yeah.
Your orify.
All my orify.
And Gunnery Sergeant Beef Slab Chest also succeeds because he knows it's coming. Alonzo, go ahead and roll a d5 worth of damage for me. And you are also now deafened.
5 damage.
Ooh, it's rough. All right, this is all outside of Beef Slab Chest actually hitting his target. So can you go ahead and roll a combat for me? Go ahead and add military training.
AJ smiles way too much during these games.
I know. Fail. So I'm just opening fire on this huge, like,
All you did was kill us.
yeah, I'm opening fire on this door that's been ripped through, trying to kill one of these critters, and everything coming out of the gun is just ricocheting back at like bystanders.
It's a bunch of new holes on the hangar door. That's all it is. Yeah, missed the carcinid. The carcinid was a little too far away. Yeah, what do you guys want to do next?
It'd be like that sometimes.
Beef Slab Chest can see the colonists that look like they're screaming. He doesn't know why, though.
Everyone get in the ATV, and I'm gonna roll Cole out
Yep.
of there.
Oh, nice. Oh, I forgot. Smoke, what were you doing in the process? You were
I
grabbing
was
fire
grabbing
grenades?
grenades. I was going to use, yeah. No, if we're going to leave out, I'm going to drop grenades behind us to keep the carcinids off us.
All right. All right.
We also need to get the doctor.
Oh, Dr. Adam. Dr. Adam's in the hangar with you guys.
Yeah, someone needs to like holler onto the ATV with us.
All right. So you guys are all going to climb into one. Well, you can't all fit on one ATV with Dr. Adam.
Yeah,
Can't we tie her to the back or something?
like a deer over the
Yeah, over the hood.
over the.
Yeah, do that. It's great at it. Dr. Adam, we have a special seat for you. Lay down.
Caught a 5-point Dr. Adam. Put her on the hood. That's all the hunting terms I know.
If you don't lay across the hood, you have to sit in Beef Slab Chest lap. Which do you prefer?
This is all happening at once. Beef Slab Chest is still shooting. Like, get your word.
Dr. Adam sees Beef Slap Chest and goes, I'm going to sit in this other ATV instead, and just like sits down on the ATV next to Beef Slap Chest.
Wish,
That's fine. We don't care if she makes it. I can mimic her voice.
You can. You fooled the dropship in the Metamorphosis. Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't worried about it. Let's roll.
Yeah.
All righty. You guys going for
Yeah.
it? Sweet. Who's in the ATV with Beef Slap Chest? Who's in the ATV with Dr. Adam?
I'm in Beef Slab Chest ATV. I've been rolling Cole the entire time he was firing the machine gun.
Yeah, I'm with Alonzo.
All right. So you guys are in one ATV, and so I guess Smoke, you're in the other ATV with
Yeah.
Dr. Adam. All right. All right. And Alonzo's rolling Cole
So which of
inside
you
an
two?
enclosed
Alonzo's
hangar.
driving this one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Although he can't see because the entire hangar is now covered in dense smoke from the ATV.
That's
and-
awesome. He can't
Yeah.
see or hear.
Yeah, I'm
So
also
I'm in the
deaf.
ATV piloted by Helen Keller. That's awesome.
it's only temporary.
All right. You hear the other colonists pile into the ATV with Beef Slab Chest. Oh, sorry, with Smoke Man Muscle. And they climb into the third ATV, and you see Sergeant Valdez next to the hangar. And she just says, all right, boys, it's time. And she hits the button to open the hangar door. As soon as the hangar door starts sliding open, the carcinid that is now a little bit burnt starts charging in towards you guys. The other carcinid that is A-OK right next to the door then barrels in, grabs one of the colonists with its claws, and let's see what it does.
You know what you've got to do, Alonzo. You drive up that burning crab like it's a ramp. Jump that thing. I'll sit behind you if you can't see. I'll grab your ears. Right is a little more right. Tug your left ear, a little more left. We'll do this.
What if we kill the carcinid by Ratatouille and ATV?
Carcinid succeeded marvelously, grabs this colonist in its claw without even thinking, just closes the claw, and the colonist is just ripped in half, and you see two body parts just falling alongside the carcinid.
We
All right,
we don't care. You know why? You didn't give them a
That's one-
name,
Oh,
so they don't
That's one extra seat
matter.
on the dropship. Means I can sprawl
Nope.
out.
generic colonist number 4 is dead. Alrighty, y'all. You guys are going for it? Hitting the accelerator? Are you guys going to go? You guys are going to try to pass the carcinid on the way out?
I don't know. I'm just
Alonzo's
flooring
fault.
it. I can't see anything or hear anything, so it's
I'm tugging.
Let's see. Mike, I'm assuming you're still firing the machine gun.
Yes.
I'm going to have...
It's a big belt-fed machine gun, and I'm just squeezing the trigger as long as its belt will last.
I'm going to have Alonzo and Smoke roll me a speed check to see if you guys hit the carcinid that's inside the hangar as you guys peel out. And Beef Slab Chest roll combat to see if you hit the carcinid inside the bay.
Let's go.
I failed.
Nice. All right, go ahead and roll damage for me, and we'll see how bad this is. At least with the one critical ATV.
Sweet 16.
16
Nice.
damage.
All right. So you blast this carcinid. It just reels back. Alonzo's peeling out, has no idea where he's going, but happens to make it out of the hangar. A-OK. Smoke Man Muscle, although it's in his first name, he can't see worth a damn inside Smoke.
Nope.
And he's cursing Alonzo's name as he's coming out and manages to just sideswipe this carcinid, but the carcinid reels back, and he's going to roll, try to slice with his claw, and we will see with disadvantage. Oh yeah, missed completely. Although rolled a 1, there was no disadvantage. That would have been bad. Yeah, the carcinid whiffs, just slices right over the top of the ATV, and Smoke and Dr. Adam and 2 colonists make it safely out of the hangar. The storm is here. So it's the beginning of the storm. It's going to get worse as time goes on, and I'll be rolling dice the longer that we take on still on planet, and we will see what happens as time progresses before you guys get evacuated successfully. So currently there's a bunch of water coming through. Parts of the route back to Greta Base are flooding. And
Fuck
this-
Greta Base.
That's right next to where the
Pedal
evac is
to
going to be
floor.
going for it. Do you guys see in the distance, you see a swarm of carcinids? I'm talking like 200, 300 carcinids that are now making their way out of the mountain right next to the terraforming base towards the dam and Greta base.
Which is behind us, right?
Greta base is relatively in a safe direction.
As that thing attacks us and misses me, as we get out the door, I'm gonna pull a grenade out and drop it just outside the door as I'm hauling ass, and just drop it there.
Nice. Go ahead and roll combat for that frag grenade.
Yes, success.
There we go. Yeah. So you drop the frag grenade right next to the carcinid as you drive past it. Let's roll damage to see what happens.
What's the damage for a grenade? Or no,
Oh, let me send you some grenades. There we go.
CD 10 damage. 21.
Oh man, all right. That carcinid just explodes in a bunch of different pieces. It is gone. It is dead. The other carcinid, the one that got a little bit of a flamethrower in its face, is starting to chase you guys through the dirt paths outside of the dam.
How far away from us is it?
It's probably 30 or 40 feet, but it's picking up speed. It can match the ATVs.
Okay, I'm going to turn around and position the flamethrower and wait till it gets in range, and then I'm going to finish cooking it.
Nice. All right. All right, so you guys are making your way over back to Greta base. And you guys are driving. It's probably a 20 to 30-minute drive from the terraforming station over to Greta base. You guys are being chased by that carcinid.
You're doing great, Alonzo.
Alonzo does
I'm
not.
just yelling at Alonzo, telling him to go faster, faster, faster.
Keep using the force. Just feel the road.
The one carcinid is getting faster and is approaching. So, Donnie, why don't you go ahead and roll combat for that flamethrower? How close do you want the carcinid to be? If the closer the carcinid is,
What's the range of the flamethrower?
well, if it's at near point blank range, I'll have you roll with advantage because it's point blank. But the further away it is, you'll just roll regular.
Whatever range is right beyond point blank, like near.
Yeah, we'll go near.
Okay.
All right, within 5 feet.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Success.
All right, let's do some damage.
10.
Nice. The carcinid flails back. It is now medium rare.
Yeah.
Now medium rare. It's still alive. It is now very, very angry.
I want to turn around at the same instant and shoot this thing with the pulse rifle.
Go for it. Go for it.
All right. If I can find my character sheet. All right. Hit and 21 damage.
Oh.
Nice. Extra crispy from this pulse rifle then. That carcinid is blown to pieces. Right. Yeah, so there are no more carcinids around you. They are in the distance and they're going to come towards the base and towards Greta base as well. You guys successfully make it to Greta base. You guys go into the garage. The garage is where you guys initially had, you guys found Sergeant, I think his name was Amada.
The hole.
He was the one with the shovel in the hole. So you guys go ahead. What do you guys want to do inside Greta base? Because it's still going to be a few hours until the dropship arrives. There's still a storm coming on and Carson's coming. Yep.
If the drop zone is just outside Greta base, so we don't need the ATVs to get there.
Correct.
We ought to
Correct.
park the ATVs up against the door to give it a little more protection, and then
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Fortify as
Anything
much
else
as
we
we
can
can.
find to-
Barricade every
Yeah.
door. Shut off everything we
blockade
can.
every door and put somebody with a gun on each door.
Yeah, I
All
was
right.
thinking we could go into that. Well, no, that wasn't. No, never mind. That was the other place.
What if we? This sounds like an Alonzo department. Is anybody smart enough to devise an elaborate trap using the hand grenades? Or if something does break through the door.
I've got jerry rigging.
Okay, that ain't
So
bad.
I could do like a.
Yeah.
I could do like a.
I'm thinking some kind of
The
like
tripwire, yeah.
tripwire where if that door opens
Yeah.
even a single millimeter, explosion to the
and I'm
face.
gonna, if we can use the ATV, I'll put the ATV up there. I'm gonna put the grenade on the gas tank. That way, it's an even bigger explosion.
Yeah. I mean, if we have multiple hours, then yeah, we got to
Yeah.
rig up some traps.
Alrighty. So you guys are going to go ahead and fortify Greta base. Let me go ahead and see if I can get a map open of Greta base.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. We didn't find anything very useful in Greta base that we could use.
No, there was like 3 different things we could do in that
Yeah.
base, and one of them was actually useful, and the rest of them were just goose chases.
There's a thermos of acid in there somewhere,
Yeah,
and an arm covered in cake.
Yep.
I remember that.
yeah.
There we
So you
go.
gotta get out of the
All
door.
right, so there's Greta base, and I put you guys up there in
All
the
right, so
garage.
if we got to get to the landing pad, staying in here might not be a good idea.
Rig it to explode
Yeah.
and then go to
I
the
think if we
commissary.
rig the doors with the grenade and the ATVs and head to the commissary maybe, or the hallway, because if you go to the hallway, there's only two ways in and out.
I would imagine the walls and stuff are much sturdier than the entryways and stuff in that garage. We should blast that garage, make it collapse, whatever, to completely cut off that entry in. And because those Carson, there's probably like a big hangar door there and all that junk that they're just going to come ripping through. But if we can collapse all that, barricade it somehow, and then get inside one of these other rooms, they shouldn't be able to get in the building.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Bring the whole garage down and set the traps in the entryway that leads to the hallway,
Yeah, and
not
then
the entryway that leads to the outside.
right, and we head towards that front door
Yeah.
that we come through
Yeah.
and wait it out.
And then we stop by the armory. Stop by the armory on the way.
All
So
right.
there's anything in there we can get to. I can't remember if we cleaned that out or not. I think we did.
Yeah, I think all the weapons in there were slag, weren't
Yeah,
they?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right.
We don't. So, do we have
Yeah.
Dr. Edom with us?
Yes.
Donnie wants to ask her, have you studied these things anatomy enough to know if cold affects them?
She's like, oh, yes, of course. That cold does not affect them in the slightest.
Yeah, that figures. You're useless. Thank you.
The only thing that really affects them is strong acids.
Yeah, there's also some place in here where you can go to have ammunition retrofitted for like those acid tips,
Oh, yeah.
which takes multiple
Yeah.
hours
Yeah, it
and
takes-
gets you some useless
Takes like a
perk like
month
plus
and a
one
half to
damage.
get
Yeah,
4 of them. So,
yeah.
yeah.
I think me and
She just shrugs and says, science.
Shut up, scientist.
I was
You
going to
assholes got us into this mess.
say we could all go hang out in the freezer if they don't like cold.
Let's see. Alonzo, go ahead and can you roll me a D5, please?
4.
4. All right. As you guys are peering out through the garage, Alonzo sees into the forest line and sees 4 Carsonids coming through and are charging the garage of Greta Base.
Nope, that's a big old no. We need to get them explosives rigged up. Everybody with jury rigging skills,
Blow it up,
rig that
smoke.
shit up. Bring this fucking garage down.
All right.
I'm gonna
What do you guys
jury
want to
rig
do?
to the main door. I'm gonna take a couple grenades and strap them to the fuel tank, and then do a tripwire from the door. So when the door raises up, pull the tripwire, and then our door come. However, the door is going to move. Whenever the door moves, the tripwire is tripped and sets them off.
Gotcha. Okay. So as soon as the Carsonids then breach the garage itself, the trap is going to trigger and then
Right.
collapse the whole thing. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and do it. Roll a jury rigging for me.
Oh, is that an intellect?
Are you? Yes. Are you guys doing anything else, or while Smoke is setting up this trap?
I'm standing by the interior door, just yelling orders this whole time.
I want to make my way to the command center and see if I can pull up any video footage to see if there's any cameras like surrounding this building, see what our situation's like, and to keep an eye out for the incoming evacuation vehicle.
All righty. Perfect. And yeah, success with the trap. You go ahead and set everything up perfectly, Smoke, so you can see that there's a line from the garage doors across the whole thing with explosives around the entire doorway. All right. Donnie 12. Dr. Edom is also going to go with you into the command center. She does not want to be anywhere near combat.
Okay.
Let's see. Alonzo, what are you doing?
Oh, I was going to help Mr. Smoke, but he succeeded. So I'm just standing there cheering
Moral
him
support. I
on.
appreciate it.
He let you stick
Yeah.
one grenade against the wall.
Here, hold this.
I helped.
Here,
Yeah.
hold my wrench.
It's actually stuck against the wall. I
Yeah.
sat there with duct tape and just pulled the
that's all
pin
right.
out as you walked away.
You were just making sure he followed.
Well, it's a
union
2-man job.
regulations.
It's a 2-man job. I mean,
Absolutely.
I got to have a
Oh
buddy.
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, that's it. You
Gotta
make
be safe.
sure to lock
Yes,
out,
I do.
tag out that tripwire.
Locked out. Take out the door.
Yeah, Alonzo is going over
Yeah.
the package for you.
Well, no, that's impossible because the dropship will come and gone by the time we finish looking over that fucking thing.
Smoke, once you finish setting up the explosives with Alonzo, are you guys also you
No.
guys going to stay in the garage, like in the back? You
Yeah,
guys are leaving
the
and
plan
also
is
going
to
to the command
collapse the
center?
garage, so I don't want to be in there when it goes off.
All right. So you guys will be in the command center, I assume, or in the hallways.
I'm gonna head to the hallway. I'm gonna head towards the commissary because that's the closest room to the landing pad. I want to barricade the other two
Alrighty.
doors in there if I can. Just push tables up against them in case they have another way to get in we don't know about.
So
I
that
can use
cake.
yes. I can
It's
use
still
cake.
there? It's a
That's
little
all right.
green now. All right, the Carsonids are going to smash into the garage door frame, and they're going to roll. I'm going to roll. I need to get at least, I would say, 3 out of 4 successes, because since there's 4 Carsonids, to see if they actually breach through the door.
I hope they breach through the door.
3
They
successes.
do. They do. The Carsonids then breach through the door. One of them just hits that tripwire, and Smoke, go ahead and roll damage for me.
Am I rolling?
We're just going to say whatever the roll for the frag grenades, but roll 3 of them.
All right, I'll roll 3 times. Okay. Just roll damage.
Yeah, it's a guaranteed
Okay.
hit since you set up the
Oh,
damage
yeah.
or
First
set
one's
up the trap.
15. Second one's 14.
All right,
And the third one was a 21.
Nice.
all right,
50 damage.
that's awesome. Yep. So the explosives go off. The ceiling just drops and caves in and blocks the doorway. Now, 3 of the Carsonids just get absolutely crushed immediately, but one of them gets smashed, like half of its body gets smashed by the ceiling, and it's still making its way through the garage towards the other door frame. So it's going to chase you guys through. It will roll anything with disadvantage because it's half gone, but it's still trying to hunt you guys down.
I did stay by the door.
Ooh, Alonzo, you see this thing coming towards you.
I want to shoot it.
Let's do it.
You got this, Alonzo.
Hell
I believe in you.
Piece of cake.
That's what I get for believing in you.
Well, he is blind and deaf. So.
That's why you failed. 'Cause he believes in you.
You guys.
Yeah, Alonzo, instead of actually pulling out your gun, you accidentally pulled out your crowbar, and you're just pulling the trigger on your crowbar. Nothing happens.
So while Donnie 12 is operating all these computers in the command center, can I hear the commotion from around the hallway? Come out to about here, see the bug, and just open fire on it.
Yep, go for it.
Like, Alonzo, get down!
Alonzo, do a speed check to see if you actually do get down fast enough.
Oh
Or
yes, yes.
Oh,
No.
Ooh.
All right, you didn't get down. Let's see what happens.
Oh,
I was aiming for the bug. A success is hitting the
fire.
bug.
friendly
I want to make sure
fire.
I got Alonso's charge cord go before he goes down.
Was that a pulse rifle?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
go ahead and let's roll some damage. All right, you're still alive, Alonzo.
Woo.
All right, go ahead and
Wait,
take.
did I hit the bug at all?
Oh, sorry, you got a success on combat. Yes, you hit the bug.
Okay.
The bug, the force of the pulse rifle, Alonzo feels the blast come right across his face, and the heat of the pulse rifle as the maw of this Carsonid comes through to try to bite him. And then the pulse rifle shot actually barrels right into the Carsonid's mouth, propels it against the wall, and it just collapses.
Alonzo, get your ass in here.
I'm going to take the garage door and close it and turn
While
the
I'm saying that,
deadbolt.
he can't hear me.
Cut the light off.
Yeah, turn the light off in the garage.
Perfect. All right. Yeah, the Carsonid is dead. From the command center, Donnie 12, you hear on the radio, this is the dropship coming in, where we need some help navigating through the storm. If you can help us navigate through the storm, we might be able to get there a little sooner. But this thing's intense.
Yeah, how would I possibly help them?
There's a computer terminal against the wall of the command center, and it has the weather pattern on
Okay.
there.
I'm going to send a stream of the weather conditions to this guy. Stream of data. Keep them constantly updated. Can I do that?
The dropship pilot's like, look, I can't text and drive. I can't see what you're
Government
sending me.
official.
You are worthless. Your company is worthless. We're never getting out of here, and it's your fault.
I need you to do you see me on the map? And so you open up the weather map and you do see a giant blow up of the planet, and you do see a little ping of the dropship and where it's being navigating. And so he wants you to talk him through where he needs to turn to dodge a bunch of the storm, so you can
I
land
would
safely.
rather talk his computer through it.
Oh,
Tell
works
him
too.
put it on autopilot.
oh, we can't
I
put on
would.
autopilot. Not with this storm. It messes with all the electronics.
Yeah,
you
no
all
shit.
not in the same union? Is there not procedures for this?
Future sucks.
Nope.
Okay.
This is company
Yeah.
resources, man. They don't pay top dollar for these ships.
Yeah, I see what you're doing. I'm not calling you a bad GM. It's the game.
No, it's
No,
the
yeah.
GM. It's the GM.
No, I'm joking. I get it. Yeah, so I'm going to try to talk this guy through it and tell him your blips on my radar. Go here, go there, go here. You know.
All right. Go ahead and roll intellect for me. And add, I think, do you have computers?
Yes, I am a computer.
You are a computer. All right.
Intellect.
Intellect plus computers. If you succeed, the dropship will be there in the next hour because you've managed to navigate it towards Greta Base successfully.
And intellect and add computers, right?
Hell yeah.
All right. Success.
Nice. All right. So you're talking the pilot through where all the dangerous parts of the storm are. So the dropship is navigating its way through the storm. And once it's in the clear, the pilot just says, all right, cool, thanks. I appreciate it. We'll be there. We'll be there in the next hour.
We're fine here.
We're fine. Yeah.
You guys are good.
Just make get here as quick as you can.
Love
These
you.
Giant crab critters, or you know.
Let's see. I'm going to have...
No, hurry, bro. I'll see you in a minute. We'll just be down here
So
waiting
fucking-
with the collapsed
and the giant crab
garage and
creature-
all the
giant crab
doors
critters and-
barricaded. Just take your time, bro.
We just fought a half crab. Hurry!
Smoke, can you roll me a
Sure.
D10?
A 5.
All right. Smoke looks
So I'm
out
in,
of the...
commissary.
Well, let's see. Are you in the command center? No, you're in the commissary. Yep. You look out through the commissary windows and you see 5 Carsonids approaching between the crew hab and the
that
armory.
sucks. Don't we have comms on our hazard suit stuff? All right, well, I'm going to radio everybody else and
Yes,
tell
you
them,
do.
all right, we got fucking bugs coming in between the armory and the crew habitat. So we get that ship needs to get here as soon as possible. No, they're outside.
How did they get in here?
They're still outside. They're still outside.
Okay.
All right. What do you guys want to do with the Carsonids?
I'm just gonna go to the commissary and hope that we have strength in numbers. Just watch every entryway with a
Flip
very
over some
itchy
tables
trigger
for cover
finger.
and all kind of shit.
Donnie's gonna yell from
Yeah,
the command
yep.
center. Or no, he said that on the comms, right?
Yep.
He's gonna say, do the same thing that you did in the garage.
Took all the grenades ahead and take down the garage.
Oh,
I think.
you've got.
Oh, do I? Oh, okay.
You have plenty.
Okay.
Smoke has plenty of grenades.
A bandolier.
You get like a belt, like the belt
Sweet.
of ammo. Instead, it's
So-
a belt of grenades.
I can see they're outside. So yeah, if I get everybody to the command center, if they're coming from the armory and the crew habitat, I'm gonna bomb the crap out of the door right there to the left. I'm gonna set up another.
Okay.
Set up
So you're
tripwire,
are you gonna set up your
grenade on either
tripwire
side and all
along
all
that?
good shit.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and roll for me. While that's happening, B slab chest. Can you roll a intellect for me?
Success.
Nice. You're staring down.
Failure on intellect. No surprise there.
All right. Beef slab chests notices absolutely nothing. Smoke mass missile successfully sets up the trap at the doorway between the commissary and the armory and crew hab. That's all looking good. Donnie.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Donnie, you look out the window and you see the 5 Carsonids approaching, and then you see 4 of them go out of view away from the armory and the crew hab.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna relay this back to them. Something's going on with these crustaceans. They just disappeared from around the armory and the crew habitat. I can't see them.
Is there ventilation on the roof of the of the commissary? Like
There are no vents. There is a vent between the med bay and the garage and the freezer. Let me see if I can show that to you. All right. Do you guys see that? Yep.
Is it
Hey, that would have
possible
been a
they're
cool
on?
shortcut to have a long time ago.
Is it possible they climbed on top of the building?
It's possible.
yeah.
Break
I'm gonna do the same thing to the freezer door.
Okay. The one.
Yeah, we need to do that booby trap technique on the freezer and the sort of, I guess the freezer and the
Yeah.
pantry. Like if anything comes through there, the trap needs to be rigged on the air vent so the whole thing just
Yeah, if I do the freezer-
blows if anything tries to come in that way.
Yeah, that med bay too, because they could be coming from the garage to that room that's connected to the med bay.
The garage vent has
Okay.
been destroyed because
All
smoke
right, so if I
just made all
if I-
that
if I
cave
bomb
in.
the vent
Okay, cool.
in the freezer
So-
and bomb the pantry door from the freezer, that ought to cover us on that side.
Yeah, if the garage is not an entryway, then the main thing
Okay.
we need to worry about is the freezer and the
I'm gonna go see if I
pantry.
can do those two.
All right. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll.
Oh,
Alonzo, what are you doing in the meantime? Novi, you go ahead and you set the trap,
Okay.
and
And
it
I'm gonna
looks
set the second one.
a-okay to you.
no, this is the one from the
So this one's the
freezer
one in
to
the med bay?
pantry. The door. I succeeded on that one.
Can I
Gotcha.
provide assistance?
So, yeah, so the one
Okay.
at the,
Oh, I don't need
I
to.
failed on the one at the air vent, but I did succeed on the one
A
at
lot-
the door from the pantry to the freezer.
All right. Alonzo, do you want to go in and check Smoke's work?
No.
All righty.
Looks
He's
fine
a
to
good
me.
company man. He
signed off
doesn't
on the
second
paperwork.
guess his coworkers.
Sign
Next to-
off
yeah,
on
to
it.
put
Put the
in
paper
the-
next to the.
Yeah.
Yeah, next to the work.
Perfect. Stamp of approval.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Donnie, you hear rustling just outside of the command center walls. Alrighty.
So do I need to? So is me helping to guide the that ship that's on the way? Is that a continual thing, or am I done?
You're done. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get out of the command center,
Yes, bring your ass in here.
head towards the commissary.
Alrighty. The storm is still absolutely raging outside. What you did see, Donnie, as you were walking away from the terminal and helping the dropship navigate the storm, is that you can tell after about probably 6 more hours, the storm is going to pass.
Yeah.
I hope we're gone by then.
Yeah,
We're
no
here
shit.
6 more
For another
hours.
friggin'
We are
6 minutes of what we
dead.
It does say if you guys make it to hour 10, there is a 50% chance to have up to 40 carts
I don't
storm
care.
the base.
Nice.
No.
We will never make it to hour 10. I promise you that.
That was a premonition that Donnie 12 just had.
Yeah, he just ran all the calculations in his mind.
Beep, bloop, bloop, bloop. 40 on the way.
40 coming. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and see what happens. The one carcinid that's between the army and the crew habitat that was still making its way through before they all split is approaching, and it's going to just start tapping against any of the walls that it sees to see if it can find a weak point, and does. It's going up into the armory. The armory has already been strewn. It's just a bunch of slag. But the carcinid manages to just break through the wall and is now inside the armory.
Well, don't we have traps
No.
set?
Not in the armory. You have a trap set between the commissary and the crew hab, like that doorway. And you also have a trap between the doorway between the freezer and the pantry?
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking. If they make it into the armory and come down that hallway, are they going to end up setting a trap if they triggering
Yes, that
the
door-
trap
that door's
if they try
trapped.
to get into the commissary?
The door didn't,
Yes,
Travis.
yes,
Was
they
the
will.
command center
Okay.
because you were coming that way.
Okay, all right.
Alrighty. You do hear also another slam, and the building rumbles, and it sounds like it's coming from the northeast.
Is the landing pad literally just a pad?
The landing pad is straight south of where you guys are, and
Yeah.
it's big and it's reinforced, but yes, it's just an open area
Okay.
with a big H on it. I don't know why. Alrighty, so the Carson's coming into the armory. You do hear a smash coming from the northeast somewhere, and let me roll one more. Oh yeah, and then another smash coming in through the vent in the freezer. You hear it right next to the commissary itself.
Ignore. Everybody stay right here. Stay cool. We're not going to do anything. We're not leaving this room.
Let me see if I can added in here.
Donnie 12 says, I have a suggestion. You need to set another trap on the exit
Grand
of this room towards the the other way, towards the landing pad. And if they break into the commissary, we need to run through into that other room.
Go
And
through
then,
there.
if they get in here, that one will blow and give us another chance to get
Okay, I see what you're saying. And,
one
and we
step
know where it is, so we
further
won't
away
trip
from
it.
them towards the landing pad. Yeah, we'll all jump over it and
I
run
will
into
give it a
this
shot.
room, and then boom.
Successes is.
Go for it. Roll for it. Nice. All right. So let's
All
see.
right, I'm gonna
walk me through what you're doing, Smoke.
I'm gonna open the door. Well, it's an airlock, right? The wood door going out towards your landing pad. All right, I'm gonna open this airlock door.
Yep. Airlock.
And I'm gonna set the grenades there and have the wire run. And my goal is, if they do break into this room and we all run through here, then I'll finish setting the trap, and then close the door, and then go to this airlock door, and we'll all go out this door, and then we head out towards the landing pad.
Gotcha. You guys are booking it through the airlock to the landing pad, and that'll be your last stand is being chased by these things. All right. Yeah. Dr. Edem is also with you guys. She's just panicking and just following you guys blindly.
I keep slapping her, trying to get her to calm down, but she just keeps screaming.
Let's see. I'm going to have the Carsonids do a quick roll. Where are they? Oh, nice. All right. You hear the Carsonid that was initially busted through the wall of the armory, and you see it, or you hear it going into the crew habitat. And from the crew habitat, you hear a scream. One of the colonists that was on the ATV with you guys had run into the crew habitat out of fear.
She's an idiot.
And that's where they were hiding out and just waiting out the timeout. And the Carsonid seems to have found one of the colonists.
So does Smoke have enough grenades to blow up this entire complex?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Donnie 12's going to walk over to Smoke and pull him aside for a second to talk to him. And he's going to say, if things don't get better, this entire complex is going to be overrun and we're all going to be destroyed. I am not as valuable as you all are. So I want you to give me enough grenades to blow up this entire place. And if they get through to the airlock, you all run to the landing pad, and I'm going to run back through the complex screaming to try to get them to follow me. And when the most get near me, I'm going to detonate this entire place. But first, and he reaches in his pocket and pulls out a thumb drive and plugs it into his forehead, pulls it back out and hands it to Smoke, and he goes, this is the data to give to the company. Make sure they get this for Dr. Edem's sake.
I'll take it. And hell yeah.
All right, Captain Savior Complex over
I'll
here.
take the
There's
thumb
no
drive and
way
store it
I don't
someplace
make it
safe,
out of this
like up my
one.
butt. And then, because that's where my flash drive goes. And I'll give him as many grenades as he wants. And I'll wire up.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna wire. I'm gonna take a wire and put a wire between all the pins, and then put it in. So you pull this one wire, they'll all go off.
All right.
Donnie
extra 12 has some extra armor on now.
And by the way, don't let Beef Slap Chest shoot at anything, because he'll miss and hit me. And then we're all dead, and this was a waste of time. So. But I'm not going to blow myself up until the last possible moment. So we will make a stand.
As you guys are finalizing your plan, y'all's radios kick on, and Donnie 12, you recognize the voice in the radio to be the dropship pilot.
Yes. Are you here?
The dropship pilot's like, what the fuck are those little crab things crawling around the base?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Shut up and
They're
land.
not little. Well, they're trying to kill us all. So how much longer until you get here?
You guys are within sight. I mean, like maybe 15 minutes, but with the storm and with those crab things, we can't land. I have to hover right over the top, and we can only fit a certain number of people. And this is a very dangerous maneuver.
Hover over the top of what? The building or the landing pad?
Of the landing pad. If we land, if the dropship touches the ground, we have to go through all these procedures, and it's going to take us way too long to get back off the ground. If the dropship touches the ground, it is grounded until we can fix everything up.
How many can you take?
He does some quick mental math and references the guide.
How many seats do you have,
So flip the 2 pages.
He pulls out the binder.
References the guide to
What do you
piloting
need a
dropship.
guide? Aren't you flying this thing? How many seats are in your ship?
I just passed
Tell you
pilot
what,
training.
however many are in there, count yourself as not one of them.
It's my first mission.
Other jump out, we'll jump on.
I just passed pilot training, man. He says he can fit 3 quickly, and then for every additional person that gets on, it gets a
How
little
big is
dicey.
this dropship? The size of a thimble?
Oh. But
Yeah.
if you take Dr. Edom, if all of us got on it with Dr. Edom, that's 5. So that's saying 2 he can't do in 15 minutes.
You can fit more people onto the dropship, but because it takes more time and the storm is coming in, there is a chance of bad things.
Well, Donnie 12 not needing things like oxygen, that's not a problem. I'm going to tell him, just make sure there's something on the outside of the dropship that one of the passengers could hang on to.
The pilot just says, "What the? Yeah, okay, sure, yeah, that's fine."
Yeah, so I'm going to turn around to them and be like, you have to
Just
get on
hold
the
on.
dropship. All I have to do, if I can survive, is get my arms wrapped around it and hold on to something.
You hear his muted voice, and he's talking to his co-pilot. He's like, "I think these people are crazy." Yeah. So the dropship pilot, the dropship is coming in. It'll be about 10 minutes or so until they arrive, and so you've got Dr. Edom. You technically have 1 other colonist. The other one just died in the crew hab, and then you 4, so six people total.
Yeah, the other colonist didn't make it.
Dang, he didn't make it. The other colonist didn't make it.
We got 5 people
He
total.
didn't make it.
Other colonist says, "Donnie 12, it's okay. This is for me," and grabs your grenade vest.
Yeah, Donnie 12. Donnie 12 turns around. He turns and looks at me. He's got a suicide vest on. He turns around and tells me all those numbers about what can and cannot get on the dropship. I pull out my service revolver, shoot that 6th colonist in the head, blow his brains out.
Yep.
All right, now we got 5. We're reducing weight. Let's go.
You don't have to roll for that one. Yeah, you're good. You're good. That colonist didn't see it coming.
Well, if
Yep.
that's the case,
I didn't even have a name.
then what
As
we
their
need to
head
do
blows
is
out.
when we all leave out of the
Didn't need one.
last airlock outside, Donnie needs to take off the suicide vest and throw it down the hallway and pull the pin and blow all that.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
I say we fight
Yeah.
our way backwards out of this as long as we possibly
Mhm.
can, and then everybody bolt for the landing pad. And depending on the time frame
Yeah.
there, we do what we have to do.
All right, y'all. Let's make it happen. The carcinid in the freezer is going to go ahead and breach the trap that Smoke
yeah,
put
the
in the
free grenades
pantry.
again?
Smoke, do you want to roll damage for me? Yes, please.
Well, that was 15 on the first
As long
one,
as it's over 20, the
and
carcinid
11 on the
dies.
second one.
It gone. It gone. You had so many grenades in there. The freezer and the pantry also just collapse and close out that entire area
Fabulous.
of the Greta base.
Nice.
This carcinid is coming through, also
Sure.
breaches the trap. So why don't you
That was
roll
20.
a few more grenades for me?
All right.
Oh, 1 grenade is all it took. 1 grenade is all it took. The usual move where the thing opens its mouth, you throw the grenade in there. Just all right. There's still 1 more
Yeah, I
coming
didn't grenade
in
that door.
through the med bay. Yeah.
That was the one.
Which one was the
vent
one that
in freezer.
you set up but did not succeed?
The
Yeah, I didn't
freezer
mind that
one
back
was
door 'cause that
one
was the one
didn't
Donnie was
succeed
coming
at.
through.
Gotcha.
Well, we never bothered even trying to lock that back door. Can I just shoot at that one? Can I just open up on it with the pulse rifle?
Go for it.
Let me get behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody behind me.
Alonzo still can't
you
see. He
never
runs
know.
towards the carcinid.
I just start shooting wildly into the air.
I got to reload. Okay.
Go for it,
Oh, look
Alonzo.
at
You're
that.
firing too.
Yeah,
Oh,
failure.
I hit
15.
it for 15 damage.
All right. Yeah, the carcinid gets hit. A couple of its limbs just to fly off from the damage, but it's still making its way towards you guys. It's going to go ahead and crawl up. Oh, good.
I was going to flamethrower.
Go for it.
Come on, flamethrower. Fail.
Ooh.
I'll take
The
a shot
pilot
at it,
light
too.
went out on the flamethrower. Yeah. Go for it, Smoke.
Oh, no, it's a big fat failure.
Oh no! All right, Carson is going to crawl up and swing at Beef Slap Chest, closest one.
Oh,
Carson combat success damage. Oh,
This might be it. This might be it for Brother Slab Chest.
how many wounds are you at, Slap Chest?
2 out of 3.
Oh.
Yeah, this could be
So
it.
this will be-
Claws.
So does that mean when my health hits 0, my wounds go to 3 out of 3? That means I'm done, right? I don't get one more. Okay.
Yep.
No, roll it fair and square. If I'm dead, I'm
Wait,
dead.
no. Wait a second. He's got 2 out of 3 right now. All right. When he runs out of the 2, then his health resets, and he's got to run out of the 3.
True. Yep. You still got one more shot.
Oh, I got
Oh,
okay.
my
I got
God.
one more health bar. Okay.
Till 30 damage.
my maximum HP is 14.
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
my wounds, I'm now on 3 out of 3 wounds and back to 14 health, I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
With that kind of
Alright.
damage, I'm going to say the claw just comes out and just swipes at you and hits you so hard you fly back and smash into the wall. And now you've crumpled against the corner of the wall on the floor and you're like kneeling.
Yeah, so I basically fly back, smash the wall, land about right there.
Yep. And you most likely have a concussion.
You can't tell the difference.
What's one more?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah. What do you guys want to do? You guys just saw the Carson that just beat the absolute crap out of Beef Slap Chest.
yeah.
It's got like 4 or 5 health
Yeah,
left.
we gotta
Y'all
keep
got this. I
firing.
know you
Keep
can
firing.
get it.
I
Yeah.
want a flamethrower
I'm on
again.
fire, too.
Go for it. Yeah. Smoke. Alonzo.
Success.
All right, Alonzo. Deal some damage for me.
Oh, yeah.
At least 5.
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Yeah, you take it out.
I do
Oh, yeah.
38 damage.
Nice. For a brief moment, your ears, the hearing comes back, your eyes clear, and you can see the carcinid in your reticle. You fire, that carcinid is gone.
Boom.
All right. Let's see. Oh, the little baby carc is also dead. I'll move these guys out. All right, y'all. The dropship, you can hear the dropship coming through behind or outside of the commissary.
Haul ass to the landing pad.
What do you guys want to do?
Need to make our way to the landing pad.
All right. Go ahead and go
Yeah, I
ahead.
think Donnie
Yeah.
12 had the right idea. We need to fight backwards out of here. Just literally
Yep.
walk backwards onto that landing pad.
Yeah, shooting everything that twitches
Yeah, I'm going to head
till we get to the landing pad.
that way.
All right. Yeah. As you guys are escaping, you do see another carcinid enter through a newfound
we got-
hole in the
We got a little
command
time
center.
before he gets here. So
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
mean,
grab Slap
Not in
Chest on the way
range,
and
don't care.
get him to his feet and drag him along.
All right. Slap Chest, you're back up and running.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Donnie, whereabouts are you headed?
So, with these guys as long as I can.
All righty. So you guys
That is-
have passed now the first airlock door.
And that door is rigged.
Is there
by
anything
the
you
way.
guys want to do before you guys run outside towards the landing pad? Oh, all right.
Now, if we can hear it coming, yeah, we just need to book it to the landing pad.
Yeah, I think that's it. We
I
ain't
don't-
touching that door again.
Can we
Yeah.
look out that next airlock? Is there any look? What do we see outside?
Aside from the storm, you guys don't see anything at the moment. Who's the first one out of the door?
Be me.
Who's at the bottom? Smoke. Yeah.
All right, Smoke, go ahead and roll an intellect check for me.
Success.
Nice. All right, and Alonzo, can you roll a D10 for me?
2.
All right. In the distance, still very far away, you see two carcinids charging towards Greta Base.
From the south, all right?
Not from northeast.
We know it's close,
Okay.
so we need to make our stand at the landing pad.
As I back out of this door, I'm hearing the intel that Novi's given me. Do I have the range on a pulse rifle to hit one from this distance? Can I
It's
take a
just too
shot?
far. That was too far for
All
now.
right, in that case, I'm just staying alert, watching the northeast, and backing up.
All right. Donnie 12, can you give me a speed check really quick? What has happened is that Dr. Adam has seen that carcinid enter through the command center, and she says, I can't do this. And she's now going to sprint through the commissary, out of the airlock, and towards the landing pad and not wait for anything. So would you like to stop her or do anything, or just let her run?
No, I'll try to stop her. I need to do that with a speed check.
Yes, please.
Failed.
All right. No, she's booking it. She's running towards the landing pad. She's out of the building.
Can I also try to stop her? Can I just clothesline her?
Yep. Go for it. Alonzo, Smoke, if you guys want to try it too, go for it.
Just wait.
Yeah, I'm going to yell, shoot her in the leg.
You said there's a speed check?
I'll give it a shot.
Fail.
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 All right. It's on Smoke. Oh, man.
Yep.
Nope.
She was meant to die.
Dr. Adam is a scrappy.
We've
scrappy
been
man.
outrun by a scientist.
Yep. She's booking it. She makes it to the landing pad, and she's sitting there in the rain, just arms waving towards the incoming dropship.
Guess we better follow her.
The carcinid fast approaches. It's in the hallway just outside of the commissary. The ship is just about coming in, so it's doing its last approach before it's going to start hovering over the landing pad.
Yeah, we got to all run now because it's going to trip that trap. That's going to slow it down.
Yeah. I head for the landing pad like as fast as possible and try and sort of drag her out of the way so the ship can land.
All right. Yeah, the rain is just coming down in sheets. You guys are just soaked. And let's see, Slab Chest, are you in the landing pad now?
Yeah, you got to move your token. Beef.
Donnie, are you still wearing your grenade vest?
I am. Very much so.
The carcinid passes the threshold,
Safety
triggers
guy's
the
not
trap.
going to like that.
13,
Smoke,
16.
roll some frags for me.
All right.
And, oh yeah, that thing's gone. That thing's gone. You guys see the commissary entrance and the airlock just collapse in on this carcinid and just crushes it underneath the rubble. All right. The dropship pilot is starting to hover right on the landing pad. Dr. Adam, without any hesitation, just jumps right in onto the vessel. The co-pilot is now directing at you guys. He's yelling, saying, I need 2 more at least to get on immediately. And he's just like waving you guys in.
Yeah, y'all do it. 2 of y'all jump on.
No, I'll go last. I'm ushering Alonzo.
Yep.
The Union boys jump on bravely.
I'm ushering Alonzo and Smoke.
Get to
On,
the chopper.
The chopper.
All right.
All right. Oh, so
Alonzo
walk me
and
through
Smoke.
who's on the vessel right now?
Smoke, Alonzo, and the scientist.
All right. Perfect. Who's going to try to hop on to the dropship next?
Well, I guess I'm going to pull up and try to find a seat because Donnie 12 says he can like latch onto the side or whatever.
You see the dropship is starting to, because of the storm, it's now starting to sway to side. The pilot is trying to keep it steady as you're hopping on. So as you hop on, go ahead and roll 1d10 for me. If this is a 1, the pilot is going to lose control of the dropship.
I got a 5.
D10, not a 1.
Oh.
Not a 1.
You guys are good. All right. Yeah. So Beef, you hop on, steady your feet, and then you find a seat on the dropship and you're like, all right. I think we're good. Donnie, you were the last one.
Yeah. So Donnie's going to look at the ship and use his intellect to try to determine if there's somewhere that he could jump on and stabilize it. You know, like his weight's not going to pull it. It needs to be towards the center, but he's going to jump up and wrap his arm around one arm, not both. He's going to wrap one arm around or try to tie himself to something like that, but he needs one arm free.
Go for it. Yeah. Roll me an intellect.
Okay. Can I get math as a bonus since I'm trying to calculate all this stuff?
Oh, come on.
Oh,
You get in the perfect spot.
Nice
You get in there so good that the ship quits
Nice
wobbling.
hit.
Sir.
The wind quits blowing for a minute. Yeah.
Dude, you hop onto that ship so good that it stabilizes and we get out faster.
Yeah. Because what I want is, so I achieved it, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
I jumped up and I grabbed on. Is the ship taking off now?
It is. In fact, there's actually a little indentation in there. And so the pilot says, I usually have R2D2 there, but I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
So what I want to do is, as the ship's going up, I'm just launching grenades down. Any carcinid
Just tearing off your
in the-
suicide
I'm
vest.
just throwing them. Got that one arm free, just chunking grenades.
Perfect.
Anything that gets near us as we ascend.
Yeah, this dropship is taking off with just
It's like the rocket jump from
explosion
Quake.
after explosion going off
Quake
underneath
music's
it.
playing as a rocket
The
jumping,
music's
right?
blasting. Johnny 12.
I love the smell of napalm
Donnie's
in the
like,
morning.
I didn't have to die.
Yeah. Then,
Oh, yeah,
then there's
yeah.
that view of the camera like 3/4 from the dropship, and all you hear, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Fortunate Son.
And Slapjet is like, that's my favorite.
I love that
18.
android.
That's my best buddy ever.
All right. Yeah, this thing
What the hell? I love computers now.
takes off. Yeah, grenades going off everywhere. Dropship takes off, goes into space, and then you guys see in front of the dropship is the Metamorphosis, this gigantic vessel, just getting closer and closer. All right, from it, as you guys are approaching the Metamorphosis, you do hear what sounds like just a catastrophic cacophony of sound coming from the planet's surface, and it looks like almost the entire planet is rumbling.
Queen.
Do we know how much firepower this dropship has? I feel pretty defenseless.
The dropship has next to no armaments. It's literally just a transport.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Yeah, you guys make it onto the Metamorphosis. You guys have successfully docked, and you make it onto the actual ship. As you guys go through the airlock and get actually into the vessel, you see just a couple of the crewmen just sitting there playing cards at the table. Like, hey guys, welcome back.
I'm new here.
They look over and see Dr. Adam just shaking and soaking wet. Like, oh, sweet. All right, you guys found Dr. Adam. Hey, Moss, the supervisor, he's going to be stoked you guys got Dr. Adam back. Although he's just been sitting in his room this entire time. Yeah, why don't you guys go over to his quarters and give your report when we can get out of here.
Yeah. I'm going to keep those grenades on me just in case he pisses me off. Go.
I've got Dr. Adam by like the scruff of her neck, and I'm like, told you I'd get her, motherfucker.
You see, so you guys, are you guys all entering into Moss's quarters? Okay. As you enter into his room, it's a pretty sparse room. It's relatively large. So you see, full blown desk. You see his bed, and then you also see him against this gigantic projector TV just behind a chair. And you just see he's playing a bunch of video games just sitting there.
Call of Duty 87.
This really matters to me.
Well,
Candy Crush.
Nintendo's about to sue us.
He's not playing on this. He's not using a Switch too, is he? Because that's his
Call
fucking
of Duty
bullshit.
77. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Switch 2 is still the current console.
Call of
as
Duty
of,
1877.
You got
It's
to
about the
roll over sure to get the
Spanish-American
Spanish flu or cholera.
I would actually play that. That would be
Only if the-
fantastic.
Only if you're using muskets and you had the reload
That's not
takes
great.
That
actual
would
time.
rule.
Like reload, you got to put the ball in, you pound it down there, and put the back powder in, all that shit. Yeah, no percussion
yeah.
caps. Fuck that. That's for pussies.
Yeah, you just see him. He's just playing the game. He doesn't even pay attention to you guys as you enter into his room. What would you
He's
guys like to do?
Carson, guys. I think we should just start shooting.
Hey, if I aimed right at you, I'd hit him.
Toss one of these grenades in his lap, but don't pull the pin.
Wait, Donnie, would you like to do that?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No. You grab one of the grenades off of your vest, throw it onto his lap, and he doesn't notice.
He's a Carsonet, guys. I think we should shoot him.
Do we notice anything else about him outside of that weird?
Yeah, I'm kind of
Or is he
taking
a
Alonzo's advice here. I pull out my service revolver, pocket, just get ready.
Yeah, he's not real.
Yeah. What else would you guys like to do?
Look, I need my time card stamped. So can we get this fucking over with? Because I'm way past my break.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I've got I got the doctor in one hand, and I've slapped him upside the head with the other hand. Like, Captain, mission accomplished.
Yeah, you go ahead and you just clock him like right in the temple, and you see him just snap out. He's like, "What? Oh, you guys are back. Oh, thank God. It's been boring as hell here." Oh man. He's like, "Yeah, that first time when you guys just landed and you guys tried to hail us, there was a like gigantic burst of sound, and I just didn't hear anything again. So it's been awful since then."
Sound, yeah. I'm going to look over at Dr.
That
Adam
way sometimes.
and see what her response is to that.
And Dr. Adam is slowly backing out of the room.
Yeah.
You see Moss, he just like waves you guys over. He goes, "All right, come over and help. Let's get this sorted out." And he's sitting down at his desk.
Make
and
sure you
he's
get
like
the blood
rifling through a
off
bunch
the
of
desk
paperwork.
because my time card's on there somewhere. I'll make sure I get
your card stamped and then kill him.
I want to ask him who is second in command on this vessel, Captain. Who is number one?
Oh, I'm not the captain. The captain is still in the command center. I'm just here to keep track of you lot.
Oh, well, that's great news. Can I shoot him?
When you say that you heard a loud sound, do you think everyone else on the ship heard it as well?
I don't think so. I mean, it was me, like maybe a couple of the other crewmen in the room with the radio, but that was pretty much it. Why?
Okay.
No hesitation. I squeeze the trigger. I shoot him in the head.
Who are the other two crewmen?
their names.
Yeah,
Where are they
real
stationed?
quick. What are their names?
Yeah, he just like, I don't know the names of the crew. I don't keep track of those people. But yeah, beef slap chest. You pulling the trigger?
I sure am.
Go for it. It's a given. It's a given. There's point blank range. He is unaware. He doesn't even see your gun in your hand.
Nice. So I can't miss this one. I just got to roll for damage.
Can't miss it.
There you
Roll
go.
for damage. As long as it is higher than 10, Moss will die.
10.
That works. That works. One shot, one kill. Beef slap chest pulls the trigger and shoots Moss right in the back of the head. And he just collapses over his desk.
Sometimes the real hero makes the hard decisions.
As he slumps over, you can tell from his skin. You do see a bunch of tiny paper cuts covering his body.
Guess what? I'm over here doing like a little victory dance. Like, guess who was right? This guy. How embarrassed would I be if I didn't see all those little cuts and all the evidence of him being infected?
He just pulled an all-nighter playing video games. He's just a little out of it. That's the only reason. Yeah. You guys do feel the rumbling getting stronger. You now feel it on the ship. All of a sudden, you hear all the comms, all the speakers across the entire ship turn
ears.
on. And you hear... Hello. This is Hinton. Nice to see you guys. I see your ship has left the surface of the planet. That's unacceptable. I'll be seeing you guys very soon. And the radio kicks off.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Hinton.
Hinton.
He was the android. And you hear Dr. Adam from the hallway just yell out. I hope the microphone picked that up because I covered it. But Dr. Hinton was Dr. Adams' second in command. It was her android assistant, and Hinton actually did all the discovery for the Carsonids, and Dr. Adam was taking the credit for Hinton's work.
Sounds about right.
So
I don't give a shit who gets the credit. I want to run to the bridge of this ship as fast as I can and tell everybody, like, raise the alarm, all guns, bring every weapon we have online.
Yeah. Dragging the doctor with us.
all right, yeah, do you guys all make your way towards like the command center of the ship? Alrighty. Let's see. You guys should be able to go into the session tab, and all the way at the bottom is the section for ships. Do you guys see the Metamorphosis on there?
Yes.
Yep. If you click on the Metamorphosis, you have the stats of the ship. This works essentially in a very similar way to you guys as characters. However, there's a bunch of key differences when it comes to anything related to the ship, which is if something catastrophic happens on the ship, every single person on the ship takes stress, takes damage, and has panic. So the ship just sort of extends across everybody on the actual vessel itself.
It's had a cosmetic remodel.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It's
very important.
It's fancy.
It looks cool.
So you guys heard the radio signal from Hinton come through. You guys are now running towards the command center of the ship. If you guys want to imagine what the ship looks like, imagine just a really long, like a cigar or a pencil. And that's pretty much the Metamorphosis, broken up into individual sections. So you guys make your way onto the command center. You guys do see the captain of the Metamorphosis. His name is Mordo.
The Magnificent.
Mordo the Magnificent. And he's like, I don't know what that was. We are getting the fuck out of here. And he just yells at the ensign.
Great call, Mordo. Mordo, do you have more ammo? Do you have more guns?
Oh, yeah. We have plenty of guns on this ship.
Wonderful.
I mean, that being said, this is an executive transport ship, so we have very few armaments, but we have some.
Oh, there's I know there was important people aboard this ship, but that importance level has gone down lately.
He was fired.
Oh, what do you mean?
Don't worry about it. Mash the gas.
From the giant screen, you guys do see on the radar going off, and you do see the alien vessel is starting to take off from the planet. I'm not gonna throw the voice changer on. You do hear Hinton get back on the radio, and it's now showing also video on the screen, and you see his face. He's a stereotypical android, just androgynous features, but you can see the back of his head. The artificial skin has been flayed open, and you just see a bunch of cables coming out. And behind Hinton is what can only be called like a gargantuan carcinid, but it looks docile. And you see all these tubes and cables coming off of the back of Hinton's head, and it's plugging into different parts of the body of this gigantic carcinid.
That ain't my job. You talk to him, Donnie.
You see him look over and say, "Oh, is that Dr. Edom?"
No.
And he looks over at Dr. Edom, and Dr. Edom doesn't say anything. And Hinton's like, "You could have joined me. We would have been able to make the most perfect being in all of the galaxies, but you betrayed me." And he looks over and says, "Oh, no major loss." And he looks over and says, "We're going to head over to the Carcinid home planet. You can try to stop us if you wish, but there really is no point. We're going to go make the perfect being, and I'm going to meld my mind with the most perfect specimen that we've found across all of space."
Captain, are there any escape vessels on this ship?
Of course. Morta looks over at you and says, "There's 2 at the aft of the ship."
Will they carry everyone that's on the ship? Are they big enough?
They should be able to carry. The Metamorphosis has a crew of 16. It'll be able to carry about 12.
Who here doesn't have a name? Raise your hand.
I have named
Jethro,
all of the
and
crew.
Billy Bob and Earl.
I think we are going to have to turn this ship into a weapon.
Penny Seldig looks over at you and says, "What do you mean? We all have names."
I know. I know who are the 6 or 8 most important people we got to save. We
You'll
got
figure
room
that
for
out.
12. That's perfect.
All right. Yeah. So the way that any sort of combat, if we have to get there in Mothership and in space, goes. We have different types of ranges, and so and what you guys see on the screen is you see contact range, firing range, detection range, and then beyond. If you're within contact or firing range, that's when you guys can shoot each other. As soon as you get into detection range, that's when you can have like pings and sonar to detect whether the ship is what direction it's going in, so you can prepare ahead of time. And then beyond, obviously, there's nothing there. You've successfully escaped if you hit beyond as a distance. And within contact, you can radio
We're
each other.
doing none of that. We're doing none of that. The strategy of the night is suicide bombing.
I'm just asking that because the Metamorphosis stats show 5 for battle. Does that mean you have to roll under 5?
Yeah.
See, that ain't happening. So there's nothing to do but run this ship into that ship and blow it up.
Yeah. The alien vessel is gigantic. It is absolutely massive.
There's nothing to do then. I was wrong.
Oh no, you can definitely deal some damage.
Buddy, I read a lot of sci-fi. We throw that warp drive on, aim it the right direction,
Kaboom.
we'll still cut that thing in half. It don't matter.
Yeah.
I like this plan.
We'll use those sonar pings to make sure we're aiming directly at Hinton, wherever he is on
Yeah.
that ship, and bam.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I think we get in the escape pods and blow the whole thing.
The strange.
Yeah. And I can ride on the
Dr.
outside of
Strangelove?
the escape pod. It's no biggie.
Throwing grenades in space.
Just toss a grenade.
That's true. That's going to save one more
It'll
unnamed
lop 'em.
character by you doing that.
Yeah, that's right.
Fuck it. Aim it at him.
Alrighty. Yeah. What do you guys want to do?
Oh, well,
Oh yeah,
I know how we can get rid of people. We can tell the captain we've got to destroy the ship, and when he says no, he's obviously out. So that's one less.
Because
that's a good call. I mean, my move was doing now that we've settled on a plan. I think we explain all this to the captain. We pull out the spreadsheet that's got their ship's firepower versus our ship's firepower. Tell the captain the plan about this whole thing, and then I put a gun to his head and say we're going to the escape pods.
Are you guys the only ones with weapons?
Yes, we said we
As
were.
far as we know, if somebody shoots back, I mean, God help them.
We declared it, and you didn't
Yep.
make us roll. So it's true.
It's about to be a mutiny on the Metamorphosis. Oh, it's
It's
great.
not a mutiny if it saves lives.
Well, he might agree with us, but if it doesn't, like I said, it's one less seat.
there's going to be that and then some everywhere. And nothing's going to be safe. So, and get in the escape pod and pile out the fucking escape pod
Mortal's
somewhere.
like, I just finished my pilot training.
Have we met anybody who is actually like a veteran at doing their job? Is everybody we meet just a total rookie?
No, Mordo is a veteran.
Yeah.
Do you want a future of your children afraid of a crab boil? I don't think so. I don't want to live that way.
Mordo just looks at you guys like, okay, walk me through your plan. Are we just gonna ram our ship into the alien vessel?
And we're going to
Literally,
cram.
yes.
We're
You
gonna-
got radar and sonar on
Mhm.
this thing. You're gonna crank that warp drive up, target what's the android's name?
Hinton.
Crank up the warp drive, target Hinton, set
Yeah.
everything on autopilot, give us 5 minutes to get to the escape pods. Then we're good.
And put every possible thing that's explosive at the front of the ship.
Donnie puts the grenade vest right at the top of the.
Yep.
My last three.
It's hanging off of like the antenna at the very front of the ship.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. If you guys want to ram the alien vessel, we'll roll with it.
Oh yeah, and Novi had a good idea. He was like overloading the engines or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, can we get on the computers and yeah, can we do whatever it is to just amp this up?
Let's do it. Yeah, turn the ship into a giant weapon. Let's do it.
Big old bomb.
All right. So we're going to have you guys split into different parts of the ship. The engine bay is all the way in the back. You guys are all the way in the front. So who's going to go towards the engine bay to jerry rig it and make it blow up?
Both me and John have the jerry rigging skills, so
I'll go along.
All right. Donnie, Beef, what are you guys doing while Smoke and Alonzo are running to the back?
I'm gonna get on the computers and see if I can set them to, amp up the, I don't know, make the motors get too hot too fast, whatever is computerized that can be just jacked. That's what I'm gonna do.
Gotcha. Okay. We'll say you'll turn the autopilot on like a collision course with the alien vessel.
Yeah.
So it'll also track it as the alien vessel is moving. Beef, what would you like to do?
I'm rounding up the people I can find, and especially the doctor. I'm trying to usher everybody into these escape pods, and it's every man for himself. I'm trying to get as many people as I can, but there are going to be 2 people remaining. So if I fill up these things and the last 2 people appear, I do have to shoot them.
put them on the drop pod. Yeah, put them on the drop ship.
You
On the
put
drop
them
ship.
on the shuttle.
What'd you say?
Put them on the shuttle. You don't have to shoot them.
Yeah, they can try on the
Okay,
dropship.
fine. I don't have to shoot them. They don't have to go home, but they can't stay here. They're not getting on these
tell 'em the
ships
drop
because we
ship's
need the
fine.
seats for the people we have.
You should give every single person a piece of paper and say, I'm going to give you a poll. Now, who has a pencil? And anybody that doesn't, bam.
That's a good idea. That'll keep them distracted long enough for me to actually load up these drop ships for real.
All right, yeah, let's run it down. Smoke, Alonzo, why don't you guys roll for me and see if you can rig the engines to explode
All
after some time. Like it'll overheat and then pop.
Yes, success. Damn, I rolled a 2.
Yes, nice, Alonzo, no.
Looks
Oh.
good to me.
Alonzo, I'm gonna. All right, let me see if I can figure out a good failure. Alonzo, I need you to do a panic check for me because what you've done as you're trying to help Smoke is that you think you've pulled the rods out too quickly and you think it's going to overheat immediately and explode. So why don't you do a panic roll for me and we'll see what that turns into.
Don't worry about it, bro. You can withdraw control rods as fast as you want.
How does one do a panic roll?
And with your bare hands.
Panic roll is a D20 and then just tell me what the amount is that you roll and I'll tell you what you got.
9.
9. And your stress, I'm assuming, is crazy high.
It's only 29.
The max is 20.
It's only 29.
Oh, that's great. All right. And you rolled a 9, which means, let's see here.
All good things.
Yeah, for sure.
Think happy thought.
Let's see. Panic. And are you a Teamster?
Yes.
Okay. Tell you what, you can actually roll advantage on a panic check because you're a Teamster. And you want to get a lower number when it comes to panic.
So I can just roll another d20 and take the lower of the two. The 9 is the lower of the two.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is. All right, let's see here. Panic checks. Here we are. So you rolled a 9, and that means it's damage. There we go. You feel deflated. Look at that. That is your permanent condition of feeling deflated.
You're now Eeyore.
I'm sad, guys.
If we had had that 20, you would have instantly died from panic. You would have had a heart attack and died.
Just think about those things
No.
outside of the used
They're
car
Eeyore.
lots that are waving, right?
Yep.
That's you, man. You're a sad
The
one.
wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man.
I can't
Woe
do
is
anything.
me.
Wah, wah, wah.
I shouldn't even try.
I'm gonna slap him and
anymore.
say, "Hey, it's me."
You're the space version of Eeyore. You know? This will never work.
Smoke has successfully rigged the engines to overheat in a very, very small amount of time. Donnie, go ahead and roll intellect for me to see if you can properly adjust the auto target or the ship to auto target the alien vessel.
Okay, what I roll for that?
You'll go to stat, intellect, and computers. Hacking, because you have to change it to
Look
go
at
to
that.
the alien vessel.
Success.
Perfect. Yep. The ship starts to move and is now slowly angling itself towards the alien ship. Mordo, good. All right. Beef, you were gonna do something. You're gonna do something sketchy.
No, I think I'm good now. I haven't seen anybody yet that I need to shoot. I'm just trying to make sure that there's enough seats left on these escape pods that me and all of my cohorts can get in, but I'm going to be the last one in. I'm leaving one seat remaining for myself because I want everybody to grab a lifeboat.
Even me.
Even you, computer. Also, quiet. You do not speak my holy tongue.
I love you too.
Shut up. I'm a divine being and you are a robot.
All right, yeah. All the employees, all the crew folk are getting onto the escape pods. Donnie, you now are exiting the command center, and you see Mordo still sitting in his chair.
You going down with the ship, Captain?
Yep, I cannot leave such a beautiful vessel.
I want to look and see if he's got any cuts on him.
You examine him, but you do not see any paper cuts.
Okay, he's just stupid then. All right. Well, dumb can die.
If you're gonna be dumb, you gotta be tough.
That's their choice.
That's my secondary directive. Dumb can die. Trying to help the human gene pool, weeding out all the stupid.
You have, so Alonzo and Smoke have made it onto one of the escape pods. Donnie, you're making your way over. Beef, you're standing in front of the entrance to the escape pods, just like staring everyone down. It looks like, so 2 of the escape pods are full. You're still getting more of the crew folk to get onto the other 2 escape pods. Sorry, there's 4 pods total. Yes, they're starting to get full. So, Beef, what would you like to do? Since you know Donnie's on their way, and obviously you're still remaining. There are 3 crew folk and 1 seat.
There's 3 crew folk, 1 seat.
Oh, sorry, 4.
Does that include? Am I also saving a seat for Donnie?
Oh, sorry. Yes, including an empty seat for Donnie if you're saving it. There's 1 available seat, and there are 4 crew people coming towards you.
But is everybody else here? Is Alonzo here?
Alonzo and Smoke have already made it onto another vessel.
All right. If they're both in, you know what? I'm gonna.
You should tell them that the captain isn't leaving, and see if anybody reacts like, well, I can't leave my.
Oh
captain.
yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna tell all these ship's crew people that the captain is going down with the ship, that he ain't leaving. And I'm going to hold the 2 seats open, 1 for me and 1 for my robot pal. And if they give me any static, I've still got my service pistol on me.
Yeah, you relay that to the crew folk. They stop, and you can see them deep in thought as they reflect upon their noble captain.
I'm going to shame them. I'm going to tell them, you all signed up to board this ship. This is what you are assigned to do. Your captain is voluntarily going down with it. If you won't, then you're a coward.
They look at you and say, you were assigned to this too. What makes you any different?
I was not. I'm a refugee. I've been rescued. This ain't my assignment at all.
Refugee.
Just crossed over the border. Beef slab chest.
All-American hero.
I was on a pleasure cruise.
You see the 3 crewmen just sort of look at each other, and all 3 of them are going to go run towards you and just try to push you out of the way.
I start shooting.
Let's do it. Yeah, combat.
Can I actually just grab one, the first one that hits me? Can I just grab him as an example and pull out my service revolver and shoot him in the head and see if the other 2 stop?
So you wanna grab one, sort of grapple them, and then just like point blank blast him in the face.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Roll strength for me.
Okay. You said strength first. Okay. Can I add either athletics or military training?
Whichever one is higher, go for it.
It's the same.
Oh.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They. I mean, you try to grapple one of them holding your revolver. The 3 of them just swarm on top of you, and then they have taken you to the ground, and now you guys are wrestling.
Okay.
With a 98, you now have a very loose grip on that handgun, but it is still yours.
Donnie's gonna walk up and go,
Look at us. Look at it. That's a love story, isn't it?
it is a man in a machine.
This reminds me when we were on the roof with the dog. Oh yeah, go for it, Donnie. You're point blank, just blasting these 3 in the back of the head.
They attack.
This will be combat. Roll with advantage because they're entwined.
Yep.
Let's do some damage.
Long every day.
Let's do some damage.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just spray your SMG with such accuracy. 2 out of the 3 crewmen just instantly just slump on top of Beef slab chest.
Yeah, these people's brains and skull fragments are like all over my face. You went way too hard on that.
The third one that was in the fray, you see him just roll out of the way, and you see him stand up with his arms up and just back away. And he's like, "Oh, okay, it's yours. It's yours. Go for it. I don't care anymore."
Was there room for him?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, well, you're welcome. There's room now.
No, there's just room for us too, I thought.
Yep.
Oh, is it just 2 seats?
Just 2 seats.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the captain's that way.
Oh, okay. just covered in the viscera of his two companions.
Well, take a towel with you.
And he's like, I'm going to go play video games over in Moss's room.
Yeah, and Donnie's just gonna look at Beef and smile and hold his arm out like, this way, sir.
Yeah, and then we do the epic handshake meme, but instead of the black guy and the white guy, it's a human arm and a robot arm.
All right, yeah. So you guys all get on the escape pods. You guys hit the button. The 4 escape pods just shoot out of the Metamorphosis, and then you guys see the alien ship on fast approach. The Metamorphosis is very quickly picking up speed, trying on a collision course with the alien vessel. Can I have one of you guys roll thrusters on the Metamorphosis?
I don't feel lucky enough to do that. Can we nominate Alonzo for that?
Alonzo says, I can't do
I'll do it.
anything.
I'll take a chance.
I can't even drive thrusters.
So let's see. Just click on the thrusters on the ship.
Go for it, Smoke. Go for it, Smoke. The goal is this: you want the Metamorphosis picking up speed.
Won't let me click on it. I'll just roll a D100.
Yeah, roll a D100.
66.
All right. The engines are not overheated yet, and it's still picking up speed. It's making its way towards the alien vessel, but nothing has yet to hit critical mass on the ship. The alien vessel, however, turns and is now facing the Metamorphosis, and you just see outcroppings of the vessel fire a gigantic energy beam towards the Metamorphosis. And I had to roll under a 55. Let's see. Oh, all right. The alien vessel fires its gigantic cannons. And okay. Which one of you guys wants to roll a D10 for me?
I'll do it. How about a 7?
Oh no! I was hoping for a
That's
smaller
a
number.
good sign. That's a good sign.
The way that ship damage works, it's called mega damage, and depending on what number you roll, a certain bad thing happens on the vessel.
It don't matter. We ain't on that vessel.
True. With a 7, there is a radiation leak on the Metamorphosis, which is, all things considered,
That's
not the
better
worst
for
thing.
us. We want it to be a fucking bomb.
Yeah.
Yep. So there is now a radiation leak on the vessel. It's still making its way towards the alien ship. All right. You guys are still in the process of getting out of range. You guys are probably on the outer edge of contact, probably closer to firing range now. Let me see if I can get a little token. All right, let's get R2D2. You guys are over here. All right. So there's Donnie and Beef on one vessel, and then we got Smoke and Alonzo on the other. All right. You hear on the radio, you hear Mordo hop on, and he was like, "It was a pleasure serving with all of you. We're going to go ahead and hit this thing with everything we've got. Tell our families that we died with courage and with glory." And you see the vessel, the Metamorphosis, just start to speed up. The alien vessel is going to fire one more time. Let's see.
John, roll for them.
Oh, all right, let's do it. Alonzo, go for it. Alonzo, roll.
What do I roll?
Roll. If you go into the roll table, you should be able to roll multiples of 5. And I want 55.
Well, multiples of 5. 55
Oh,
D5.
sorry. Roll a D100, and you want under a 55.
Okay. 99.
A 99.
Yes.
That is a critical failure. Oh no.
This is a sad way to fail this entire mission, but it do be that way sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Came back down. You got to go with the rolls.
Oh. Okay.
Don't do it, AJ. Do not cut us any slack. Go by the
I'm not.
rolls.
I'm not. All of a sudden, you see the Metamorphosis and the engines are glowing too hot, too soon. And you see the Metamorphosis just explode. And there is nothing left. And the alien vessel is making its way and angling itself towards the escape pods. You hear Hinton get on the radio, and he says, "Oh, you wee little ants. Welcome to the colony. and you feel the escape pods start to slow down. You know what? Let's wrap it up here. Do you guys have any final words as the alien ship slowly pulls you
They fucking
into
take me,
its
motherfucker.
vessel?
Poof. I'm vaporizing this fucking escape pod. Sorry, Alonzo. That's right. Yep.
We do
All
our
right.
we do our final Teamster handshake and drink our emergency beers.
And we got to have a last moment. Donnie 12.
I turned to Donnie 12 and finally admit that maybe he wasn't so bad. It was nice knowing you, robot. I chamber one more round in my service pistol, but this one might be for me.
Oh,
It was a pleasure, sir.
Yeah. I don't know what got into us on this one, but our solution to everything was some form of suicide bombing.
oh gosh. All right, yeah. The tractor beams on the alien vessel slowly pull your emergency pods into itself, and
Oh yeah, you should do it. So
Yeah, just-
imagine the tractor beams pulling all the pods in, and the
And
pods
see if we
all
can take
get
out
there
the
at the
fucking ship
same
anyway.
time, and then you pull the pins, and all of us just explode.
All right.
yeah, let's do it. Yeah, pulls the
Not,
tractor beams.
not
forward.
enough to win the game, but enough to send a fucking message.
Yep. All
Yep.
right.
Noe, just for giggles, roll me 3 frag grenades and see how much damage you do to the vessel.
And our
13.
pod is playing the Dire Straits song "Brothers in
13.
Arms."
That's 26, 48.
All right.
Yeah, Donnie doesn't actually shoot Beef Slab Chest. He's just sitting there saluting.
Now we're sharing our last beer and the handshake and everything, so
Alonso, anything from you?
I'm down for that. Yep.
All right.
Our final rituals.
You guys, your escape pods arrive in the hangar of the alien vessel. The door is open, and you see a whole flock of Carsonids just sitting there waiting. And Smoke walks out, holding up these 3 grenades, and pulls the pins.
It ain't me. It ain't me. I ain't no fortunate son.
At that point, we just pan out like a far, far view of the ship and just see like a little tiny explosion out of one of the bases.
Little smoke ship turns around.
That was awesome. Yep. That was awesome.
There we go, y'all. There was another bug hunt.
No, that was a good time. Cool.
There we go.
See, I don't have any issue at all with taking the L in a legitimate way.
No, we should have took the L like 6 episodes ago.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I still think we won.
Oh yeah,
Spiritually, we won.
yeah.
Maybe not literally.
No, that we won because we made a great story. That was awesome.
I mean, that might be cope for people like me that are bad at games, but I don't know.
Now that'd be a great movie ending right there. Just I mean, think of that. The characters, the human that hates the ATM.
Yeah. And loses.
Yeah,
Or the end of the first Rocky. Rocky does all that training, goes through all that shit in the movie. He loses.
yeah, yeah. And Donnie was going to sacrifice himself for the humans and didn't have to, and it's like, oh, this is great. We're going to win. Nope.
Yeah. I like that.
Shane, thanks for the encouragement to not pull my punches. And I was like, all right, you guys are fucked. Yep, that's it.